What's good? I hope you're doing lovely today. I am making this video for anybody out there who is struggling in their relationships, and I know I usually make funny videos, but I'm serious for a second because I need you to listen to me for a second. I need you to know that I am your homie all the way, 100% of the time. I'm here for you, and I got you, boo. I got you. With that being said, I am not certified in any way. I am not a therapist. I am not a counselor. I don't have a background in education of psychology except my own education and my own experience. So I think I have some pretty good advice, and if you want to take that advice, by all means go for it. It's your life. Do whatever you want to do. Don't come for me if you try this and for some reason it ruins your life. I don't think it will, but don't come for me. Alrighty, so in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys this diagram that really put things into perspective for me and has been extremely helpful in times of difficult conversations, arguments, whenever I felt like resentment was coming to the table when it really shouldn't have been. I'm not going to say that this is like a solution for stopping arguments, but if you do notice a pattern where both of you are kind of like holding on to past things, or you feel a lot of resentment for another person and they feel a lot of resentment for you, even when like you just want to talk about things and they just want to talk about things, but you don't feel like you can get past the things that have already happened, and you can't really focus on the here and now, right? So I want you to do me a favor and I want you to look at this diagram, okay? You have partner A and you have partner B. Here's how the resentment cycle starts. It always has to start because of one action, okay? It happened somewhere along the line. Somebody did something that started the cycle. And I don't want you to go thinking about, all of the things that it could have been. And I don't want you to start arguing over whose fault it was, who started it, why this is the problem, or why they're the problem, okay? I just want you to hear me out. Partner A, whoever that may be, did something that partner B had an issue with. That action became a trigger of the emotions of partner B. And because of the trigger that partner B felt, they would act in a way that would help them to self-soothe, or if it was a trauma response, if it was, even if they did it out of revenge or something, regardless of their motive of why they did it because of the trigger, and they didn't want to feel that trigger anymore. And then because of this way that partner B acted after the trigger that they felt because of partner A's action, partner B's action would cause a trigger in partner A. Then, of course, that trigger would lead them, partner A, to again act on that trigger in a way that would get rid of that emotional trigger for them. So let me give you an example. So if this action was, let's say, yelling, then that trigger would cause partner B to, let's say, shut down during arguments, or distance themselves, walk away, disconnect, whatever that may be. They shut down because they can't handle the yelling. If they have told partner A that it's not okay for them to yell and they're still yelling, then obviously they see that as a thing where it's not going to do anything by bringing it up to partner A to keep telling them to stop, because they're not going to stop. So that's when they begin to shut down. But partner A has a problem when partner B shuts down, which causes a trigger because it makes them angry when they shut down, because they're just trying to express their feelings. And now it seems like partner B is totally checked out, doesn't even want to engage, doesn't care about their feelings, which makes partner A angry and leads to more yelling, which is a trigger, leads to shutdown, leads to a trigger, leads to yelling. So it's this constant cycle that doesn't stop, because in the heat of the moment, both partners need to realize that they are both contributing to the cycle. And the most helpful advice that I can give is this: take a step back from arguments and see it as both partners against the problem instead of one partner against the other partner. It's a team effort, regardless of whatever situation you're in, whether it's friendship, family, coworker, I don't care. Relationship, don't care. If you are experiencing this and this constant cycle of resentment that you cannot seem to get past in your relationships and connections, then try to use this next time that you are arguing with somebody and you don't think that it's going anywhere, and just offer this idea to them. And maybe once you do that, they'll see that, okay, they were able to take responsibility and accountability for where they contributed to this cycle. And that will give them the chance to do the same. And then it's up to you guys from that point to figure out what you want to do and how you want to go about, stopping the cycle. If you want to backtrack, if you want to take notes, if you want to come back to it, but always make sure that you guys are just treating each other with respect and hearing each other out and validating the other person's experience, because in the moment you might not see exactly where they're coming from if you are just reacting out of a trigger. but you might not realize that the way that you're reacting is a trigger for them. I also do just want to mention that this can get very tricky and difficult to work through if you've been dealing with it for a long time and it just hasn't made sense. Okay, over time, if this cycle continues, then what's going to happen is each partner is going to start learning different methods for self-soothing, which, although they see it in themselves as self-soothing, the other partner is seeing it as a trigger for them. So maybe they will stop one act that they know hurts their partner, and maybe they were able to identify that and see that as a trigger for them, and even though they might have fixed it, their method of self-soothing, even though it might have changed, might still be hurting the partner. Which obviously, this whole cycle, if it's gone on for long enough, it's going to lead to so much resentment. Weeks, months, years into this, each person has complained about so many different things and so many little things that are like just easily fixable if you both just hear each other out. It can be really hard to, work through and like see things from their perspective when it seems like all they do is tell you in the middle of arguments that the way that you're handling it is not okay, and the way that you are trying to self-soothe is not okay to them. Even though partner B might have stopped like shutting down and has tried to communicate, maybe they have started like trying to be more expressive and be more honest during times of communication, but now maybe they're being like a little too upfront and saying things that they know is going to hurt the other person, partner A, which is why they would shut down at first. And now that they're being honest, it's a problem, which partner A is seeing that as like an attack and is getting offended and all this kind of stuff, being defensive over it. And over time, it's like, okay, I don't know what to do. I don't know what you want me to do, because my problem is that you're yelling at me, and your problem is that I'm reacting to you yelling at me. How am I supposed to not react to you yelling at me? Like, it's very easy to be like, you are clearly the problem. I'm trying to like do what's best for me, but also be there for you. All while partner A is like, yeah, and I'm just trying to help you understand what I'm doing and what I'm going through and what I'm thinking. But it's frustrating for me because I don't know how to put it into words. So partner A is confused, partner B is confused. They don't know what to do. So just like stop for a second, make sure that everything that you're saying has been thought through, is worth bringing up, and doesn't turn into every argument you've had from the past. Just focus on the problem, what started the argument in the here and now. Don't try to excuse any behavior. If your partner brings something to you, don't say, I did it because you did this in the past. I did it because I felt this way after you did this, and you should feel this way now, and now you know how it feels, and that's toxic, okay? Once you start bringing up the past, the present issue is completely invalidated, completely blurred, and no one knows what they're arguing about anymore. And then it starts to turn into this cycle of, I don't like how you argue with me. And that's even more frustrating because you're just both trying to understand each other and you're not hearing each other. Okay, so just pause and refer back to this, come back to the center, say, hey, what are we talking about right now? Nothing that happened before that matters. That's not what we're talking about, okay? If it matters so much, then that's a different conversation to have, and it should have been brought up sooner. But you cannot be bringing up issues to try to validate or excuse your behavior when your partner brings a problem to you. There is no other problem that is relevant in that moment. Okay, I'm sorry, there's just not. Or else it's never going to get worked through. It's just going to get pushed under the rug and added to this pile of other things that you guys are holding resentment against each other for. And it's just not worth it. So with all that being said, I really hope that this helped to put things into perspective for you. And if you try it, definitely let me know. And with that, I hope that you have a week as beautiful as you, and I hope to see you again in the future. Thank you for watching this, and I love you. Go drink some water, and I'll see you later. Bye!